world's smallest pizzeria, the world's smallest store, and even the world's tiniest park. These are just a few of the tiniest places in the world that I'll be showing you today to answer the age-old question, does size really matter? Because maybe these little shops are actually better than the big ones, so let's go ahead because we have a lot to explore. Kind of, but let's assess. Okay guys, we are about to eat at the smallest restaurant in the entire world. It's called Pizza Pod, and it's a literal pizzeria that is out of a smart car. So as you can see over there, it is a full setup. He has an oven in the back in which he literally cooks up the pizza, and it is the smallest restaurant by far. It's not even possible to get smaller. Like, it's literally in a smart car, and they have like a little dining area over here where you could sit down and eat. This place has been going viral because of how tiny it is, but I want to see if the flavor is greater than the size of the place. All right, let's go. Brad?
Hey,
Sam. Sam, what's going on, man? How are you? Great to meet you. This is Brad, guys, the owner of Pizza Pod. Here we have it, New York City's smallest pizzeria. I was saying though, do you think it's the smallest restaurant in the world technically? Because it can't get smaller than a smart car.
I don't think it gets smaller.
Right? Like, this is the size of the restaurant. So this is the single oven that's responsible for cooking all the pizzas?
Yeah.
And that's the generator for all the power and stuff? That's cool. Seating area. Could probably seat 4 people at this restaurant. Now it is mobile, so I think Brad does a lot of events and he'll constantly be in different areas. But right now we're on 54th Street and 10th Ave. So this is where it's going to be parked for the day. Let's go ahead and try the pizza and see what this tiny pizzeria is like. I actually think, can I do the guava pepperoni? So guys, there's a pepperoni pizza with guava on it, which I've never seen before, but that sounds fun, so I'm gonna get that. All right, let's see if I would have got a free pizza. I guess not. It's 3 in a row?
Yeah.
All right, so I already lost. What else is new? I don't think I've ever made a basketball shot when it mattered. So Pizza Pod pairs with some of the neighboring restaurants. So right now we're on 54th Street, and Dream Talk is the cafe which they partner with. So while we're waiting for the pizza, I'm gonna get an iced tea here. Perfect combo. Hi, how are you? We heard you guys are partnering with Pizza Pod. Right now we're at Dream Talk, and it's not a tiny place. It actually has a good seating inside, so it doesn't fit the theme of the video, but nonetheless, super nice crew here and really nice place. Good music bopping. All right guys, so just retrieved our iced tea, and I think the pizza's almost ready now. Looks like there's actually a couple of people now waiting. That is looking good. Excited to dive into that. Oh, thanks so much, man. Okay guys, let me show you what this looks like here. Ooh, you know what, that's like the style I like too. All right, let's dive into this. So this is the guava pepperoni. I'll get a slice that has some guava on it. Made out of a smart car. Can you believe it? Bro, actually elite pizza. Out of a smart car, and they're cooking up 9 out of 10 pizza. Pepperoni with guava. Shout out Pod Pizza. Really cool restaurant. Smallest in the world. Okay guys, we are currently outside of the self-proclaimed tiniest store in New York City that is 50 square feet, and it's called Dr. Silkman's, and they sell things like candles, soaps, and grooming. It's 5 by 10 feet, which means that the width of it is probably the length of my wingspan. And we were just talking to one of the employees out here, Josh, and he's going to give us a little tour of the inside. We're gonna see what it looks like because this is 50 square feet. Think about that. That's literally just like a sidewalk square. But it's a super popular store. They even have a sign that claims it to be the tiniest store. That's actually, interestingly, on the tiniest chalkboard I've seen. So let's go ahead and go inside and check out these products. Ooh, it's cozy in here, of course. Yeah. You know what? Despite it being the tiniest store, it actually does feel spacious. Like, I feel like you could fit 5 people in here and still walk around.
Five is about
Is that the limit?
Yeah, our candles are all actually lotions. So
the candles are lotions?
You take a dip, and you can moisturize right from the liquid.
Wait, what? I've never seen that before.
So we're the original body lotion candle. There's many imitators at this point, but we've been doing it for 23 years. We came up with the idea.
All right, I mean, and then back here is just additional.
Yeah, we got some shower steamers and bath bombs, which are fun. And then it's like back stock, and then kind of like additional items around here. It's my steady fella. He's always here, cracking jokes, hanging out with me while I'm in the store. This sink used to be a prison sink.
Prison sink, yeah. Wow. It's also like the tiniest sink I've ever seen too.
Yeah, it actually works too.
Does it?
Yeah.
Dr. Silkman's Rosemary and Mint Hand Soap in the world's tiniest sink in the world's tiniest shop. And it's a prison sink. There's so much lore to this place.
There's a lot of lore to this place.
Wow. So this is what it looks like empty, and now this is what it looks like. All right, guys, so that is Dr. Silkman, which is a 50 square foot shop here in New York City. One of the smallest, self-proclaimed smallest in New York City, maybe in the world too. 50 feet's crazy small, but I was able to get some lotion candle, which is pretty insane. So I'm going to have this in my house now. It's a super cool item. A really cool spot. Definitely recommend checking it out if you're ever in Soho in Manhattan. All right, let's hit another tiny shop. Okay, guys, we're approaching the smallest shop in all of New York City. It's called Cave and Candy, and this thing is 40 square feet. And apparently it's only 3 feet wide, which means like this is the width of this entire store. It's a smoke shop, so they have certain paraphernalia, some candy, things like that. They're open till like 5 a.m. Pretty interesting store. So we're gonna go in, see what they have. I'm gonna purchase an interesting item, hopefully talk to the shop owner and see what's up with the smallest shop in all of New York City. Look how crazy this is. Cave and Candy. Okay guys, we're inside now. This is what the size looks like. So it's about 3 feet wide, and they have a lot of interesting paraphernalia as mentioned. They even have Labubus as well, messy themed things. And as I mentioned, you can get a lot of different snacks. They got candy here. Really cool spot. They also have like medicine and stuff too. And this is a total of 40 square feet in here. They have an ATM as well, so I think it's cash only perhaps. But yeah, we're gonna get the David bar and some Trident gum, keep things skinny because we're going to a lot of other places after this. A really cool spot. Smallest store that you'll probably ever see. Maybe there's some smaller ones, but technically speaking, with everything that's built out, this is going to be the tiniest.
4 feet.
Oh,
No, 6 feet. 6 feet.
Oh,
And 2.
6 and 2?
Yeah, 6
Oh,
and 2, yeah.
6 by 2. Okay,
Yeah.
so 6 feet by 2 feet.
Exactly, yeah.
That's so cool. How long have you had it for?
7 years. Yeah.
7 years. Really nice shop owner offering us some waters as well because we're in here. Great experience. All right, we made it out. Tiniest shop in New York City. I'm about to go to the tiniest freestanding fast food restaurant in the entire world, and it's this Dunkin' right here behind me. So technically you could find smaller Dunkins like storefronts and stuff that are part of strip malls, but this Dunkin' right here for a standalone building is the smallest that you'll find. And actually, interestingly, across the Dunkin' on the other side of the plaza is another Dunkin' with another drive-through. I don't know if it's the same owners, I don't know what's going on there, but we're going to investigate. One, why is this store so tiny? And two, why are there 2 Dunkins within literally 100 feet of each other, both with drive-throughs? All right, let's get in the car and check this out. Look how tiny that is. It's just like an ultra mini Dunkin', and I think it's just a drive-through now that I'm looking at it. I guess we're just gonna order here, but like, how do they have enough items in there to serve all the people? This is so tiny. It's like a little stand. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a full menu.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? Can I please have a medium unsweetened iced tea?
Anything?
Are you able to go inside, or is this just drive-through?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's it. So there's a little like pickup window there. I kind of want to like look on the inside. So it looks like they do have donuts available. I was thinking maybe they just had munchkins or something, but they have a full suite of donuts, but the inside is really tiny. So we'll show you when we get out of the car. But if you look across the street there, you'll see the other Dunkin' sign that also claims to have a drive-through. Is this the smallest Dunkin'?
Small town.
Smallest Dunkin'? So now we're gonna investigate this Dunkin' drive-through and see like why there's literally 2 tiny Dunkins right next to each other. But that one's a storefront one, so it doesn't count, but that one is just like super tiny. Hi, can I have the King Kylie Vanilla Pink Cloud Latte? Do you guys also own that Dunkin' over there?
Yeah, we do have the same dump.
Oh, that's cool. That's like the tiniest Dunkin' I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's just a drive.
Is it the same owners though?
Yeah, it's the same.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice to meet you, man. You know, like and subscribe, my boys.
Like and subscribe. All right, thanks, Ali. You heard Ali. So both locations are owned by the same owner, and he also confirmed that it's the smallest Dunkin' in the world in terms of standalone Dunkins. And who would have thought? Just right here. You heard the man. Like and subscribe. Shout out to Ali. Shout out to Dunkin'. We love Dunkin'. Super tiny Dunkin'. Tiniest Dunkin' you could ever see, like right there. So pretty cool. Okay guys, we are heading to one of the tiniest parks in America, and it's the smallest park in New York City, and it's a public park. Like, I own this, or if you live in New York, your tax dollars contribute to this park we're about to get to. It's called Septeguissimo Uno, which is 71 in Latin, and this is it right here. So it's 0.04 acres, which is 1,700 square feet, which means you can walk this entire thing in less than 30 seconds. But what's cool about this park, as opposed to some other public parks that are just like little squares of grass that are technically owned by the public, is that they actually have a lot of proper benches. And as you can see in there right now, there's actually somebody hanging out in there. So let's go inside, let's see what this tiny park is all about, because this is one of the tiniest parks you'll ever see. There's some of the public hours of the park. I don't know why, but it's also in Chinese. That's kind of interesting. It's not something you see in New York a lot. They do have like other languages as well, like Spanish, but Chinese is interesting. Maybe they're funding this. It's a pretty nice park, despite being the smallest park. It's just wedged between 2 brownstones, so you'd really have no idea that this was here. You'd probably just pass it, because it almost looks like a private garden. But here's some of the benches. I have my own bench. Throwback to that. I think it's gone now though, but this one's dedicated to somebody. And then this is the limits of the park. So that entire walk I just did, that is the entire length of it. And then they have this little fence up that kind of goes into the power area. But it's cool. There's ivy growing all over the buildings, flowers that are overgrown. makes it very garden-esque. It's a cool overall park. I don't know why there's like a lock on these, tethered together forever, I guess. These benches are actually not taken, so I wonder if there's a play for me to put a plaque on here eventually. Septa Guisimo, so that's 70, and then Uno is 1, because it's on 71st Street. But it used to be a parking lot, and then sometime in the 1970s, the mayor was like, yo, let's make this a park. And everyone's like, sure, this is a great place to put a park. Which I guess, I mean, definitely nice. It's quiet. I can see myself doing some light reading here. This is ironically one of the best parks, most peaceful parks I've been in, just because there's no people. I don't like a park with a lot of people. They even have a garbage. Let's see how much trash is being thrown out in the Septa Guisimo Uno garbage. Actually a good amount. But you know what? That's probably like months worth of garbage because nobody comes in here. And then when you exit, you just have normal brownstones and buildings right next to it, and you're back in New York. So that is one of the tiniest parks in America and the smallest park in New York City, and it has 10 benches, private garden in the back. You'd never know it was there. All right, let's move on to our next tiny place because it only gets tinier. This next one's like this. Like you're not even gonna be able to see it. So zoom in right now on your YouTube page. All right, let's go. Behind me is the smallest piece of private real estate owned in the entire world, and I'm not talking about the bar right here. I'm talking about this triangle right here. It's called the Hess Triangle, and as you can see, property of the Hess estate, which has never been dedicated for public purpose. So petty. But basically, there was a lot of eminent domain happening in New York City sometime in the 1900s, and they missed a spot, and basically the family of this wanted to dedicate that entire area to the public, but then another part of the family said, no, we want to keep it private, and then they ended up keeping that little space completely privatized. So it's sitting right outside of Mamali Bar here in the West Village. And that little piece, which I'm about to stand on right now, is technically private property, and I can get arrested for filming on this property. So we have to be quick because it is dangerous and it is in fact illegal. Thought I heard the cops. I wonder how this bar feels though, of having like a little tourist spot and private thing right outside of their bar. All right, you guys step on it so you guys do something illegal now. Just trespassing on private property. All right. Cool. I'm standing behind the densest restaurant in the entire world, which means it has the most restaurants per square footage. And that's because it's a combination restaurant where we have an Annie Ann's, a Cinnabon, and a Carvel all in one tiny store. So technically speaking, if you took all 3 restaurants and then divided them into 3 based on the square footage, it would actually be smaller than the pizza pod that we saw earlier in this video. But I'm always interested in these combination restaurants if the quality holds up. So I'm gonna get an item from each, because how can you simultaneously have a pretzel factory, an ice cream factory, and a bakery? Let's go in and find out. And they're open till 3 a.m. Just insane. Just so much stuff happening here. This is in Times Square too, so it makes sense. The smells, there's like 3 different types of smells at once. Hey, what's going on, man? How are you? Deciding what to get. There's so many options. Do you guys combine any of the things? Like, do you do cinnamon rolls with Carvel ice cream?
Yeah.
Oh, really? So yeah, could I do, I guess, 1 cinnamon roll, and then I'll do a cinnamon pretzel, and then Carvel. Oh yeah, look at that. Just missing like a Baskin Robbins or something. Oh, that looks good. Cinnamon roll from Cinnabon with the Carvel vanilla ice cream on top. True combination, just density. Okay, so the densest restaurant, really nice in there. Highly recommend checking them out, especially if you like one of those 3 that we just saw. But they were able to put the Carvel ice cream on top of the Cinnabon, and now I'm going to smush it between 2 Annie Ann's pretzels just to make the densest food inside of the densest restaurant. Look at that, guys. And even though it was a tiny restaurant in there, it was actually pretty big, but again, it's housing 3 brands under 1 roof. I call this bite the Ant Carbon, and it's a combination of everything. Carvel ice cream, Annie Ann pretzel, and Cinnabon. How does it taste? First person in history maybe to do this. Not good for your tiny waist, but it's good. So Cinnabon, Carvel, Annie Ann's, shout out to them. Combination restaurant, densest in the entire world. Let's move on and see another tiny spot. Okay guys, I am currently at the tiniest library in the entire world, and there's actually a chain of them. They're called Little Free Libraries. You may have seen these before, so I think maybe it's only in the Northeast. It might be across the United States. It's definitely not global, but they have these free libraries where you can basically put and take books if you want free books. And on this one, you'll see Little Free Library, take a book, leave a book. It's also getting close to lanternfly season, so they have some warnings here for some of the locals. And inside what you'll see is a bunch of different books and knickknacks, and there's some pretty decent ones. I mean, look at this, Fault in Our Stars. Interestingly, this is a YouTuber book. The guy who made this is a YouTuber. Isn't that funny? And what else do we got? Even some picture books, Tomorrow Most Likely, and even some trivia for the toilet. So let me ask you guys a question here. Which YouTuber are you currently watching? Are you subscribed? Why not? You can change that by just clicking the subscribe button. That is true, that's good to know. All right, so I did not bring a book, but I do want to leave something in this library for somebody to take. And I'm not going to tell you where this library is, but if somebody were to find this little library right here, they are getting a Sambucha action figure. In the flesh, I'm going to tuck this right behind some of the books here. And he is officially in there in the world's tiniest library, ready to be taken by one of you. And again, I'm not going to reveal where I am. I'm somewhere in New Jersey, that's all I will say. But pretty cool, it's a really good idea. I like that they do these free little libraries, but that is the tiniest little library that you can find. Very cool. So I was looking up what the tiniest Airbnb in my area is, because I of course wanted to stay there for the video. But then as I was scrolling, I came across this video right here, and check this out. I mean, obviously absurd. It's an absurd claim to think that you could just like throw it like a grenade and then bam, pops up this like garden igloo tent thing. And so I thought this was a scam, but then I found this on Temu for $300. We have the outdoor bubble tent garden gnome, and it looks exactly like we saw in the video. So I figured instead of going to the tiniest Airbnb, why don't I buy this and just make the world's tiniest Airbnb, complete with a bed, a couch, and some decor in it, and then people could stay there if they want. Because that's honestly better than just like staying at one, because I think I can make a better one, honestly. So let's go ahead and buy this. I don't know how long it's gonna take to come, but when it does, I will be the official owner of the world's tiniest Airbnb, and I'll give you guys a tour. All right, let's fast forward. I don't even know how long, maybe like a week or so, hopefully. The world's tiniest Airbnb is officially up and running, and I'm very excited to show it to you guys. So close your eyes. We're about to pan over in 3, 2, 1. Bah. This is what it looks like. This is the Sambucha Igloo, officially open for anybody that wants to come here. 5-star stay, world's tiniest Airbnb. Let me give you a quick tour. You guys are allowed in. So over here, this is the entrance, little zipper, kind of like a tent. And when you come inside, you're met with a ton of different decor and seating options, including, of course, we need a gorilla here because every room needs a gorilla. So we have a mini gorilla seat. Christmas tree, because we're starting to enter the fall, winter months. And so it's gonna be nice to have this up. A little bow, just because dress it up a little bit. And then this is the lounger that you sleep on. This is like as good as like an 8-sleep memory foam mattress, whatever. Like, look at it, perfect sleep. You get like, I don't even know, you'll get 30 hours of sleep on this thing. I forgot we're doing a house tour. And then there's a lot of lights all around. LED, that's not true, but they're really nice string lights put up and everything. And then look at the outside from looking in. Just to show you the dimensions of this to confirm it to be the tiniest Airbnb, it is 60 square feet. So this thing is not that wide, but it does feel a little bit spacious, right? And then the top of it is probably like, I don't know, 8 feet high. There's enough room where you could breathe and kind of hang around in here, maybe get a little fitness in as well when you wake up in the morning off your bed. But it is still nice, tiny, and cozy. And it is officially the world's tiniest Airbnb that is open. So if you guys want to stay here, if you're a YouTuber that's doing like, oh, quirky Airbnbs, stay here. It's officially open for about 3 months. I'll have this open. Okay guys, I'm standing in front of the world's smallest museum. Unfortunately, it's closed right now. It's kind of seasonal with when it opens, but you can actually see through this window here what the exhibit looks like. It's called Museum, so like 4 M's, then museum. And inside you could see, it looks like right now the collection inside here is just a bunch of different rocks. And there's actually like something happening in the background on that phone. It looks like a movie's playing, some explosions and stuff. It's very interesting. And of course, it's the smallest museum because it is no greater than my wingspan, which is about 8 feet or so. So it's probably like an 8 by 8 if I had to guess, based on how tall I am and stuff. And what's cool is that this is in an elevator shaft. So this entire thing is basically the size of like a freight elevator, something that you'd expect to see inside of a factory or something. But unfortunately can't access it, but while we're passing, I wanted to show it to you at the very least. But here's some footage of what it would look like if it was open. Use your imagination. And actually right next to the closed world's smallest museum is the world's smallest bathroom. I'm not gonna go in there though, because it's a New York City public bathroom and it's probably disgusting. And it actually even has a lock on it because even the city's like, do not go in there. But tiny bathroom, tiny museum, very cool. But let's move on to the next spot that's even tinier. So cute little spots. So that museum was closed, but there's actually even smaller museums that I found, and there's 4 of them in the area, and you have to like stumble on them randomly. And we actually just found one right here. So try to guess what's inside it because I have no idea what this is gonna be, but one of the world's smallest museums right here. I mean, look at this. It's a display of like actual mini paintings. So real artists come in and paint this and they just like stash them around the city. Here's some more information on them. Feminist acts of rebellion. They actually have solar panels on top of them so they could power it with some lights. So at night you could visit it as well because it's obviously a 24/7 exhibit. It's pretty cool that they commission artists to make these different things and stash them around the city. And in this case, I mean, if you zoom in close enough, it looks like a real museum. The scale is only apparent when like a big person is next to it. But take a look at it when it's close up. 2 of 4 because I found another one right here. Let's see what's inside of this one. The second world's tiniest museum. Oh look, the lights are working and everything. This looks to be some wilted flowers maybe, with clay stars and black stone on the bottom. I'm not really sure what it's meant to represent. I'm not a big art head, but let me know what your interpretation of that is. 2 of 4 down. This one I think I like a little bit less than the first one because the first one was just a classic gallery. This one's more like interpretive, free, expressive like art, which I don't get, but maybe you guys get it. Looks pretty cool. I guess I could scan right here. I'll let you guys know. Okay, here we go. This is Yvonne Duck is the artist, and they are wilted flowers, I believe, with alabaster stone mixed with resin and roots. Good job, Duck. Okay, we have 2 more, so we're gonna search around. Hopefully we could find them. They do seem pretty difficult to come by. I think there's a map online, but I kind of like the scavenger hunt interpretation of it, so let's go through and find the last 2. Tiniest museums in the world. Pretty cool. All right, I found the third one here. Oh, there's actually a lot here. It's on their lawn, but there's a couple of interesting ones here. So this one here is some moss and some rusted figures. This is made of copper wire, mesh, and sheet, and this is meant to symbolize things that fly, crawl, and tremble. It's like imagination themed, which we love. This is a creative channel. All right, pretty cool in there. I mean, take a look, guys. Looks like there's a lot of inspiration from different bugs, and actually note what the bugs are on the side, where the inspiration comes from. All right, guys, I found the 4th and final tiny museum right here, and I'm excited to see what's inside. Wow, a bunch of jellyfish, and it's string, yarn, and some ribbon. That is basically the tentacles. Very cool here. I mean, this one is definitely my least favorite, I'm not gonna lie, because it's pretty empty otherwise. So we did not end with a bang, but it looks like this person is very interested in durable plastics strewn along the beach, more prevalent than sea glass. I don't know what that means, but that's the final tiny museum. We hit them all, and there is nothing in the world that's tinier than this when it comes to displays. We're about to go in Cave and Candy's competitor for the smallest, but they don't have their actual listed square footage, but it's called just Smoke Shop, and it's here in the financial district of New York City. I haven't actually seen the inside, so I don't know if it's going to be smaller than the 40 feet or so that we saw inside of Cave and Candy. Let's go inside and see what this is about. Graduation. I'd say it's actually a little bit bigger here. I think the size of this would probably be something like 75 square feet, because there's actually ample room, can fit a lot more than the other one. Very similar items sold here though. We got candy, we got drinks, paraphernalia, all those sorts of things. Also much taller ceilings. All right, guys, so I would say that isn't as impressively small as the Cave and Candy one, but it was still pretty small in there, but the ceilings were higher. I mean, they served a lot of similar items in there, but overall, it's still one of the smallest stores in New York City, probably sub 100 square feet. And once you get into that territory, rent's probably like $1,000 a month, which in New York is very cheap. All right, guys, that's it for me. Let me know which one was your favorite. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more content, be sure to click here or click here. Otherwise, subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you next time. Peace.